Mommy and Mimi aren't available today, so I'm going to do the video. Welcome to Station Stuff.
What are you doing?
I'm doing something fun.
You are. I'm just used to having a line down the screen.
Yeah, dividing us evenly in between.
We're together today.
We're ready.
Yeah.
We need that to be in the video.
What?
Welcome to Stitch and Stuff.
Are you recording this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm Sarah,
I'm Kim.
and we're together this weekend. So
Oh, we're a little loopy.
yeah, a little tired. Hasn't been as much sleep as probably either of us need. We had a small baby shower for my brother's wife, for my sister-in-law, yesterday. And it was mostly just close family and then a couple of close friends. And we had it out here in Mom's yard. And
They're
was
socially
nice.
distanced.
masks. It was a strange experience, but also not. It was just
It ended up being
strange
okay.
in the way that 2020 is strange. It was really pleasant and really
Yeah.
nice.
My good friend Jody, who comments every once in a while on our video,
Mhm.
who's been pretty quarantined because she's got some family members that are have health risks, so she's really trying to be careful. One of which lives with her, so she really hasn't done a lot or gone anyplace. In fact, I think she still is having groceries delivered. She came down because she lives just up the street from me, and when she left, she said, "Oh, thank you for
Aw,
inviting me. This is the funnest thing I've done in
Aw,
months." And I
probably
mean, it was a
since
pretty
February.
low key. Yeah, it was a pretty low key party, but I think just being with people
Mhm.
and all of our food. My husband came in and said, "You guys, this is a lot of work for like a
Yeah, it
2-hour
was.
event." And I said, "Well, because we're packaging all the food up. Everything was in its own little bag with a
Mhm.
tie. Of course, we had to make it cute, so it was ribbons but all the food was except for the cupcakes because they were soft frosting. But
We did
it was
leave them out on the plate.
It ended
but
up
spread out.
yeah, and it was very pretty. And you're right though, it was kind of funny at first to have masks on.
Well,
then,
and to be sitting like 6 feet apart,
Mhm.
when you go to a baby shower, you're usually kind of in a close circle. But it was really important to us to do that for her
yeah.
and do whatever it took to make it
Yeah.
be something that
It's
was
her first
special.
it's her first baby, and I had a lot of grief.
A huge dragonfly. I'm sorry. There was
Oh.
a huge dragonfly hovering right above the
Oh.
screen.
I
Yeah.
had a lot of sadness when they got pregnant, and it was right as COVID was starting to ramp
Mhm.
up, and when they came to announce the gender, I know she would have loved to have had a gender reveal party. She's kind of that kind of girl, right? And no, we were in total lockdown back then.
Mhm.
And so they drove up to our house. Sarah and Jesse were at home in Yakima, so I had them on FaceTime on my phone. They stood out on the street behind their car, knelt down, and then they popped up with balloons that had the gender. And I really couldn't go give them a hug, and I couldn't go do any of that stuff that you would normally do. And I remember being really sad. And I said to her the other day, I said, Kelly, I said, you seem pretty chill about all this, and all the restrictions that you've had to do. And like her husband can't go in for the ultrasounds, or he can be in for the delivery, but not for the doctor appointments all year. And she goes, well, it's my first baby and this is all I really know. But I know she knows what baby showers can be. And so it was really fun to have a somewhat normal rather than a drive-by. Her sister's doing a drive-by today, which is totally fine. That's what meets their needs. And, we obviously took our masks off when we ate. Sorry, I'm turning my phone off.
Yeah, me too.
So people did take their masks down, but we were all spread apart. So it was
Yeah.
fun. And she loved it. And she got some beautiful little girl things. So
Anyway, yeah, it was really fun.
But Sarah and I, because we were knitting sweaters and we, really only had 8 months notice to get a sweater done for this baby. We're up till 2:00 in the morning the night before the shower. I was seaming up sleeves, which Sarah helped me. And she was putting on a button band. So we were up pretty late.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a little bit of a zombie at the party yesterday, but it was still fun.
It was fun.
So
yeah,
I can show as long as we're talking about the shower,
Yeah.
I finished it though. It's actually done. And
I
I took it back from her because it wasn't finished because I didn't have the buttons. I didn't have buttons yet. So I had buttons. Oh, I should button it really quick so you can see.
It's so cute.
I am so thrilled with how it turned out. It's supposed to be a 12 to 18 month size, but I do not think that I got gauge. I didn't even measure it.
I mean, if you didn't measure gauge, you probably didn't have gauge.
This yarn just really knit up. And I've knit this before and not really felt like I had that problem before. But this is a Clementine hoodie. Sorry, the tag is just there because that's what I had tied on to show what size it was. I'm guessing it's actually more like an 18 to 24 month. But I put on there 12 to 18 so they can pull it out and try it. And if it's roomy, I mean, it's supposed to have a lot of positive
Look
ease.
at this hood, though.
But this hood was really sweet.
It is everything.
Wait, turn it.
It's
so that's the inside of the
shell
hood.
stitch.
It's a feather and fan.
Oh.
This is called a feather and fan stitch, and it's really not hard.
Look, if you do it.
Oh, but and then it hangs down like that. It is cute. I really love this sweater, and I need to see if they make it in bigger sizes.
It's cozy. It's really squishy.
This yarn was just Simply Karen. You know, they sell it at Joann and Michael's, and not Hobby Lobby that I know of, but it is squishy. It's soft. It doesn't have any itch.
No itch.
I think it's acrylic. It's not like
it's
a fancy
baby
yarn.
friendly.
And I finished it yesterday morning in the car. My husband and I had a meeting we went to. And on the way back, I finished the knitting part, like sewing in all the extra threads. And I was like, does it look weird? Because I ran out of the gray yarn. The whole thing was supposed to be gray originally. And I thought, oh, surely I'll be able to find more of this gray. It's always at Michael's and Joann and stuff. I can always find it. And of course, they didn't have any more even in the warehouse when I ran out of one
2020.
because of 2020. So anyways, I picked up, I don't know if this is, I think I showed this last week maybe. It's not showing up. Let me see if I get a little closer. There, you can kind of see the line of stellina, the little metallic thread.
It showed up really good last week.
It really shows up in the sunlight. I mean, it shows up fine in person, but on the screen. So yeah, this last week it showed up in the lighting I had. But the white has that all through. So there's a little sparkle in it. But I looked at my husband and I was like, does it look haphazard? Because I ended up having to kind of piece together plan B. And he said, no, he said, it's really the perfect metaphor for 2020, where you're kind of handed a bunch of junk and it's not going the way you want it. But it ended up being really beautiful because of it.
And where you did it, it seems like a natural place to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Right before the sleeves there, or the top of this, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
looks like a block. It looks intentional, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to look accidental, like I had to come up with a plan B. No. And now I think maybe I would make it again like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. It kind of breaks up the one color. And the gray is nice at the bottom because by the time she wears it, she'll be a toddler and she'll be getting grubby. Yeah. But you got the pretty white on top.
Yeah.
So.
And to be honest, this, I need you girls to not be on the table at all. Please go over there because I've asked you a few times now. Sorry. To be honest, this gray of the button band and around the hood is a totally different yarn and technically a different color. And when I held the two grays up, I thought, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. You can't even tell. I mean, I guess in this light, you can kind of tell if you look closely. This is a lighter gray and this is a darker and has more heather in it. But because it ended up going just along the button band and the hood, no one could. I don't think anybody would ever even notice that. Like I would not even guess that.
No, and I wouldn't have if you hadn't said
anything. And that was just a yarn that my friend had in her stash. She took a snippet of the original yarn and said, let me look and see. I have lots of that color yarn, and I think I might have that same one, which she didn't, but it was so close. So I had the original yarn that I just had in my stash. I bought the sparkly white yarn, only one skein. What was I thinking? I don't know, but I didn't really want the whole thing to be white. And then my friend said, well, I have some gray. Let me look. So it's actually 3 yarns, and you can't even tell.
And you can't tell.
Thank you, 2020.
I know. So, what is that?
I was thankful for him.
What is that?
That analogy.
Author, no. Never mind. I was trying to think of a quote, but I can't think of it now. And I did finish my little eggplant colored one, but she took it home. So I think I'm going to try to get it from her because I didn't photograph it or anything. I just was basically.
It was 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. And I blocked it before I went to bed at 2:30 in the morning, and I had it laying out. And then during the day yesterday before the shower, I had it draped over my lampshade so that it would be more airy, but it was dry. So
it's dry.
And
it turned out really beautiful. So maybe if you get it back, you can show it.
Yeah, I will.
And we'll put pictures, I think. If I can, I'll put pictures at the end of the video of the shower. Just a little, we did a really good job, I think, decorating. It turned out really pretty. So
we did. And while we're talking about knitting, I am going to just throw in here that when they found out they were pregnant, but we didn't know the gender, I had gone to this new yarn store and bought this beautiful kind of, I don't know, cream. I thought, oh, I could knit a boy or a girl sweater. It's 80% wool, 20% silk in it. It was not cheap. I have actually 2 skeins of it.
Philo from
And
Cloud Fiber.
I wasn't
Cloud
sure.
Fibers.
And actually, when I bought it, I saw that this little yarn store had the same yarn in this absolutely stunning blush ballet, beautiful pink. But I didn't know if it was a girl or not. And by the time we knew it was a girl, that shop was closed up for quarantine. And I don't even know if they've reopened. I don't know if they made it because they were a brand new store. But I'm hoping to go back and see. But anyway, meanwhile, I got this white.
It's just like a nice kind of oatmeal.
Yeah, just a pretty little,
maybe a little
neutral
creamier.
color. So I told her yesterday that I would knit her. She's had a hard time finding like a going home outfit. Like she went to the store the other day, the mommy did, and like there was no sleepers, or like the Nordstrom's didn't have any baby stuff really. So I told her that I would knit her a going home sweater. So it's going to be it's quick. It's going to be little, and it's this pattern called Posy by Georgie Nicholson. I did a dress. It's called
Tiki.
The Bloom.
This is Tiki.
It's Tiki.
Oh.
She also has the same exact pattern in a little dress, and I made it for one of my little granddaughters years ago.
Oh yeah.
It's got a little in pink, pale pink.
The pale pink. You made that for Rosie.
It's all top down. There's no seaming. The sleeves are done in the round. It should be quick.
So you can see the little eyelet pattern. That's gonna be cute.
It runs through the whole.
Are you gonna make it that long?
I don't know yet. I just printed the pattern.
Another
I'm not
great
going
one that you knit for Rosie, that baby vertebra sweater.
Yeah.
She wore that every day.
Every day.
It was just perfect because it's a little sweater. It's not this one. It's another pattern. It's called the baby vertebra. I'll post it in the show description. But it doesn't have a front. It just is like a
shell,
like a shrug, but it goes all the way down. Yeah, a shell. And it was perfect because if she spat up, it didn't get all over the sweater. It was just kind of off to the side. Anyways.
Yeah,
I love that sweater. Maybe I should knit that for her. I should see what I have some yarn I was going to make for another one. And
the thing I didn't like about that pattern, although I love the pattern, is you have to pick up all that button band.
Which obviously I don't have a problem doing that.
And I am not a good picker. Sweater. I'm not a good picker upper. I just need to do it more often. But yeah, you should do that one.
Yeah, maybe I will. That was one of my favorite. I have a creamy color, so maybe we shouldn't. But
you could do cream.
I could go get
because that will go with anything she wears.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
So
there might be more knitting coming, but there's no more time pressure knitting for me at the moment, which is nice.
That will be time pressure because
you will. Yeah, you have not very much time. She's due at the beginning of October,
but might be coming.
That might be sooner because the baby is huge.
Yeah, she's a big baby. Okay, so from the vault.
I don't have anything.
So from the vault. So I had already picked this to show. I was up in our attic looking for my very first cross stitch project, which I cannot find. I can't find the crate that it might be in. And so I'm sure when we move in a couple of years, I'll find it. But I found this, and this was, I started cross stitching when I was pregnant with Sarah. And 2 years later, I was pregnant with my next child, my son, Andrew. And
he was born 2 years later, so you're pregnant.
I cross stitched this ABC for him, for his nursery. And it's all done in DMC. And I still remember working on this and loving it. It was just fun because, it was like every letter was a separate project. And it is so dirty.
Yes, it is.
It is so dirty. I was going to try to wash it this week and I didn't. But I should have left it in the frame that I had it in. Oh my goodness, you guys. 22-year-old Kim did not have a clue. I literally had it, see right here where it's folded. I had it folded over and Scotch tape down along a piece of cardboard, literally a piece of cardboard that might have been the backing of the frame. And it was just all,
so if you're wondering if Scotch tape ruins fabric, the answer is no.
Yeah, because that child there was any problem. Is now 30.
It's dirty just from time and wearing. It moved how many times? Like 15.
Yeah, it moved a lot. It didn't have a glass on it. It's been in the attic for I don't know how many years. And he's how old?
He's 34.
He's going to be 35. So I did that 34 years ago, and I just now took the Scotch tape off.
And there's it's really not a bad option if you're in a pinch.
Yeah,
it will not ruin your fabric.
Or if you're like 22 and it's 1980,
or you don't have any money and you have Scotch tape in the drawer. Whatever you need to do.
And it held
to get something in a frame and on the wall. That's what I think.
It held all those years. I mean, it wasn't tight, but. So that was what I was going to show only. But then my little Rosie girl over here must have been looking in my hutch, and tucked back in my buffet against the back wall of it is this little piece that I stitched in 1998. $9.98. It's just a little welcome. It's probably from one of those leisure arts or from this magazine, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. But what I'm impressed with is look
this
at
is
this.
amazing.
I laced it.
That little tiny piece.
I scotch tape
This huge
this 11 by 14 piece, and I laced this little
like not just like gentle, like not just like minimal lacing, but it's like woven fabric itself.
I must have been on a new kick. Oh.
You had just read about how to actually finish things. So for years you did it that way with the scotch tape. And then in a magazine you were like, oh, you're supposed to lace it. Okay, I better get lacing.
I did a good job on that lacing.
Yes, I've never laced a project. I probably should.
Well, after this, I probably never did again. Yeah.
No wonder I always thought growing up that finishing a project must be super, super hard, because that's what you did.
Anyway,
Oh,
that's my life. My life. My journey. There was no YouTube, okay?
No,
we had
you
no
had to-
internet.
You just found out from someone, probably.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure, like when I did that big project, there weren't even, well, there might have been some little devoted stitching stores, but I got all my stuff at a
Regular
fabric
cross
store. They didn't know about cross stitch. They just carried DMC and were happy to sell it to you. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's from
funny.
the vault.
That's really funny. I don't have any other finishes. I had one pulled out that I was going to show and I forgot. So it'll just come next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Millie. Millie is ready. I mean, these girls are antsy. They really look forward to doing this. And Liddy's not here, sadly. She just didn't work on anything this week. And she's upset about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her, if you don't wash the dishes, then there's no clean dishes for the next week. If you don't do handicrafts, there's nothing to show on Flosstube. So hopefully she'll be back. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't force her to do it.
Just so you know, we're not saying
No.
you shame.
No.
You know, this is her choice. It's just that this was
We
a
just
natural
miss
consequence.
But stay tuned to the very end of the video. There will be a little treat for you from Liddy.
A little appearance.
A little treat.
Okay.
Why don't you come? Maybe
I
I'll
think-
just slide back here.
Are we including something
Yeah,
like
today
that?
she can, because she has
Okay.
other things to show us.
Okay.
She said it's stuff, which is true.
Okay.
And she did work. Millie worked really hard on
Okay.
this. This was a baby shower item. We made these makeshift little tiny, I shouldn't say we, my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law made these little
Trailer
tiny
over there.
clipboards, and
They were not decorated. We just handed people.
they had the games, the baby shower games on them, and a
Uh-huh.
pencil taped on there, so we didn't have to pass around pencils. We were just trying to mitigate everything we could. It's okay. It's just that an email came through. We were just trying to really be very, very conscious for our friends' sakes and for our sakes.
And for Mama's sake.
But the little girls thought it was really fun. So Millie took it and decorated it.
Yeah, they
This is going to continue to be a clipboard? Even though there's a bow, it's not going to get in the way?
Yeah. After the party was
That's why I
all
put it
over,
at the
she
bottom.
came and asked, can I keep one of those clipboards? I said, oh yeah.
If I'd known, I don't know, 9 years ago, that a piece of cardboard with a binder clip on the top was going to be such a treasure, my life might have been really simple.
And you might be richer.
I might not have spent so much money on really nice, sweet, wooden quality toys.
Because cardboard has always been it.
And then you have something else to show. Is it cross stitch or no?
Sure.
Okay. That's fine. Do you also have cross stitch that you worked on?
A little bit.
Okay. I was just curious. I didn't know what you had this week. So tell what you're making and who you're making.
We have to
I'm
talk loud.
making a little turtle stuffed animal for a baby squish.
Or that's the baby that's coming.
We've been-
Squish.
We've been calling the baby Squish because they won't tell us the name.
And this is the head.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she made
All
this
designed
pattern
herself.
Yeah,
Millie has come up with this. I offered help.
Mhm.
She wasn't quite patient enough to wait till I had time to help, which is fine. And so she's doing it
Okay,
herself,
show
and it
you.
looks good.
She's got little
I mean,
arms.
it's amazing to me because I couldn't just come up with this.
This is the body, and it's soft,
It's that-
minky fabric. Yeah.
And it's going to be stuffed full, right? Of stuff.
Really
So it's going to be a what again?
turtle.
A turtle. So you have arms, legs, and head.
I didn't do the legs.
No legs. Are you just doing arms?
I didn't do the legs.
Going to, though. And this is all
Or
things
the
she
tail.
had on hand in her little sewing kit.
Okay.
Right in this one. Okay, and well, I scooted back. Okay, So that's
Ooh, I got
baby
orange all of a
turtle.
sudden.
She did not, about midway through the week, she told me she might not finish the turtle because she didn't think she could.
Mhm.
And also she wasn't sure she wanted to give it away.
Well, you always have that
And
option.
I think did you have a little internal war with yourself? Uh-huh. And then she came to me and said, I'm going to finish the turtle and give it to the baby.
Could you make another turtle for yourself?
No.
You couldn't?
I don't have the patience.
Oh, well, you could make a
To
different
make
animal for
another
yourself.
one.
Okay.
It was really fun.
I know.
And here we have is it Forest Friends?
Woodland.
Woodland Friends that she's been
by
working
Tiny
on.
Modernist.
Okay. Let's fold it.
So you have made some progress.
Yeah.
Want me to hold it up for you?
I did all of this today.
And that's part of the
I.
but
The
it's the
head.
raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's working on the raccoon, which is so cute.
Am I in a good spot? I can't see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the raccoon in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's this part on his eye, the dark part.
There you go.
Good progress. You keep steadily working and you do a little at a time and that's how it gets done.
And her stitches are really, really nice.
They are really even.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Rosie.
You've been busy.
Rosie. Oh my goodness. Rosie got a little stitching fire under her after finishing that kitty.
Careful, Mama's tree.
She had picked up, she had decided she wanted to pick up, and I think we showed the pattern
Mhm.
last week. Lindy Stitch's little freebie, Turtlely Lovable. Is that what it's called? Turtlely Lovable. And on her own, I got her started in the middle of the fabric with the first stitch.
I helped some.
And other than
With
Millie's
the,
assistance,
purple.
Rosie did this. I'll hold it for you if you want.
Oh.
All on her own. Like just went
She
downstairs and
finished
came
it.
back up with it later that afternoon almost. Maybe
Rosie?
the next day.
Rosie
The
is
next
7.
morning.
Rosie's 7 years old, and that's a beautiful cross stitch project.
And it's not, and we were kind of wondering if the fabric was going to be a little bit too small holes, and she did it like a champ.
Because what was she working on before? 10 count was what the kitty was, and we realized this was 14 count, so it
Yeah.
was going down. And she said, what did you say? It was nicer to work on that fabric? How come?
Because it's smooth.
It's smoother. Yeah. What do you think it means smoother? Easier to find the holes or something?
No, it means like on the thing.
Your
On the
fabric
fabric
didn't
itself,
catch so much? You mean the fabric was softer, smoother?
It was,
Yeah.
Softer,
Like
maybe?
it bending more?
Oh,
It bends more. And
yeah.
you did have a hoop on, but
Uh-huh.
it was, it's not as stiff as the one that came in that kit. That's a thicker. I do think we need to go back and maybe,
There's
well,
just
you know
a
what?
couple stitches that aren't.
You could go back and fix that, and
Mhm.
we can call it a lovely 7-year
So
project.
cute. I loved his colors.
So we need to finish that this week. And
Yes,
then you
I was
already kind of
planning-
found and
I
kitted
was
up your next
thinking I was
project.
gonna
You
make
wanna
one.
do you have that?
I was thinking that I was
Yeah,
gonna
she
make
does.
one, except
Turtle?
except make the hearts pink.
Oh, yeah, you
Give
could
it a
do whatever
bow
you want.
You could
and, like,
make one.
change the hat into a bow.
You have another project all ready to go? You
Wanna show the
do?
pattern?
You do? You did. Tell me that.
And
Oh.
I gave her one of these from.
Oh. She's got a project bag, and she's going to do the little dimensions.
And this was a kit that was sent to us, and my brain is freezing.
lit. Not lit.
No, this was sent by. Oh, I'm so sorry, because I know you're a really regular commenter and viewer, and my brain is just.
Did you mention it?
Anyways, oh, you know what? I have a. What I did was take a picture of the envelope. You can find it. Bear with me. One moment. I can cut this part out, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Took a picture. I'm just gonna edit this part out.
Sitting there. and
How
go with it.
far
It's
are
such a
you?
glare.
I can't find it now. Oh. Yes, I'm sorry. It's Cheryl Tattersall.
Oh.
I don't know why I couldn't pull that name out because we comment on each other's Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
She sent us this dimensions kit. So thank you, Cheryl. And Rosie's about to start it.
Oh,
Aren't
man, I
you?
bet she'll have it
I
done.
just
in a
haven't had
couple
time to
of
help her kind of figure out where the middle is or
Yeah.
where she wants to start it.
Does
So,
it have all the little flosses and everything?
yep,
in it?
it's a whole little kit.
Oh,
And-
fun.
And also, thank you for these for her.
She's getting to use the first
She's
one.
getting to use one too. Well, I have one too, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I will let you use one too.
Can
So
you put
that's
his project back there?
our cohort, our
Our little co-hosts here.
co-hosts. Here you
Mhm.
go. Take that. Take that. Your turtle's inside there. Okay.
Good job, ladies.
Show this.
I thought I had this on
No,
silent.
you should show this.
I'm going to show a picture of it.
Yeah,
later.
we'll put a picture of the decorations in the.
All right.
Okay. We did manage to do other stuff besides knit and throw baby
Throw a
showers.
baby shower. We did. I'm impressed. Should I go?
You
want me to
go. Yeah, I go first a lot.
Okay, I have some whips. I don't feel like I have as much as usual. That's okay. I worked this week. I don't have the pattern picture, but I don't really need it. All my stuff just fell on the ground. That's okay. I worked this week on this border, which is going to be a little bit of a bear because it has to go around this whole piece. So this I stitched over the course of last year, 2019. And it's Joyful World.
I have these
calendar.
two stitched from Marcel.
Yeah, we were doing a sal, and I finished it. Mom's still selling.
Mom.
Or not really. You're not
I
doing
want
anything.
to though. I really do.
These are so sweet. This was my first foray really into overdyed threads.
Yeah.
Because you helped buy several,
Yeah.
like most of them for me. I did not use all or only overdyed. I picked, like I said last week, ones that would be high impact. We picked high impact ones.
Yeah.
So like the foxes or this is a probably bittersweet or something from Classic Colorworks. And anyways, so maybe I'll just show each month. So this is not technically a finish, but it's almost a finish. I just really love the border that is, by the way, these are all free on her blog.
They're free. And I was doing mine
Snowflower
individual.
Diaries.
So I was doing each one. You can do it on a big piece or individually.
And I decided to just go for it on a really big piece and have I have a lot of wall space in my house that really needs kind of bigger, something big rather than a lot of little things. So I think I finished it last December. And then, but around the entire, oh, sorry. You just went on a ride. Around the entire thing is this border. And, since it's free, I could probably show right? I'm just going to flash it, but a part of it. So you can see there's like quite a bit more detail that I haven't done. So there's a lot of little flowers and things that will be added in. But this week I really did. I think I had this stitched already. So I went down and then I went back. I think I'm going to do square by square. And then I'll go a square. And I think I might try to have it done by the end of this year. That way I can frame it, put it up for next year in January, which would make me happy to say goodbye to 2020 and hello to my Joyful World calendar.
Yeah, I don't need to do it.
Yeah, you do. It's sweet.
I have all the flosses for it.
And then I showed this last week. It was a new start last week that I did on a whim. And I was thinking about how I love this piece because it is so whimsical. Not Forgotten Farm Sampler, Jack's Jig. I really just needed something new and fun and different. Not that I didn't have a lot of fun and different.
You needed a fall piece,
but I didn't
too.
have a fall piece at all on my needles. So I put in, 4 or 5 rows on him. I could easily get this done in a week if I really made it a focus piece. But also I have a stain on this. I'm wondering how I want to use that side still, but it's not. Maybe I should just dye this a different color.
Well, yeah, when you cut it off, you could re-dye it or like
dunk
if I
it
just
in tea
wanted
again. To do. That's true, and try to really model it so that would be hidden.
Yeah,
this is nice. I like this linen.
What got on it?
I don't know.
Is that linen I gave you?
No, this is linen. I found it like Goodwill in the fabric section, and I brought it home, and I tea dyed it, and really like how the tea dye turned out. And then 1 second. Dropped everything. The other 2 I worked on this week was where's the picture? I should probably show the picture. This is Alicia Paulson, Things of Summer. It's a delight to stitch. Did you work on this week too?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, did you get a lot done?
No.
Oh. Last week I had the butterfly done. This week I did the peach, and I decided to move across and work on the wildflowers. So I'm up there on that blue flower. I didn't get nearly as much as I would have loved to get done because I love this pattern. It is so
very
cute. So
it kind of makes me want to pull out the spring one that I have that you're doing too. But
yeah, I should have worked on that too. But there's only so much time when you're also finishing baby sweaters and planning baby showers. I also worked on this just a little and continue to put stitches in the sun.
I love that sun.
I do too. It's so much more fun to knit or stitch. I can't even, than the rocks.
Than the rocks.
Woo! So I'm on to the sun, and then I think I'll do the words, and then I'll just truck along on all those waves down there. And that is all that I think I worked on. But let me double check because I brought everything that I worked on. Yep, that is all of it.
Okay. Well, I'll
All
start.
of it.
I'll kind of do an order. So last weekend, I decided to work on
Yeah, I
Alicia
didn't even
Paulson's.
follow my hashtags. I don't think.
And I'm working the other way across. So guess what? I stitched the peach too.
One night I
So
said, "Look what I did! I
Sarah's
stitched the
going
peach."
that way, and I'm going that way. Only I did not start. She started the flowers. I have not started the butterfly yet.
So I started on the right side, on the top
Mhm.
of my fabric that way. But did you start in the middle or just go
started-
down
nope,
from the top left?
I just started from the top left.
Yeah.
So I've got the butterfly. Whoops,
Mm,
the
that's
butterfly
fun.
next to do.
The butterfly's fun.
And then I'm popping down to those little lanterns because I am
Oh.
obsessed with those little lanterns.
That's funny because I love the swimsuit.
Oh,
Liddy has a swimsuit that's blue striped like that, and I love it. It's
Oh,
two
that's
piece and
true.
it has a bunch of ruffles.
that is a
So
cute
I think that's
swimsuit.
why I'm so drawn. I can't wait to get. I think I'm gonna go down, and you're going down. The thing that you wanted to do
I
the most.
do. I kind of want to start that now.
And the honeycomb is cute too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you should get that and stitch it because it's amazing.
Again, it's so, we talk about this because it's just the sweetest little motifs, and you can sit down and work. I mean, obviously we talked about like this motif has
It's got a lot of colors,
Yeah,
so if you
it's
don't
good.
mind some color switching,
It's not a fast necessarily, but it's
No.
a satisfying stitch. Like I did the peach in a night. It had maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in the peach, and then a couple colors in the green stem leaf.
but it also feels fast
Yeah.
because each motif goes fast, and you're
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
And now I'm just gonna hop over to the next one. It's not full coverage.
I wonder if she's getting ready to release her fall one.
Probably.
I need to go
Ooh.
stalk her a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I did that for what's our hashtag?
Springtime Saturday?
Yeah,
Summer Sunday.
Summer-
Summery Sunday.
Sunday. I think
I kind of didn't follow this.
right,
week.
and
There's
I
too
did
much.
my spring piece. I
Oh.
worked on my
I love
gathering,
this one.
gathered in love.
You're
I'm just-
stitching this for me, right?
Yeah.
Gathered with love.
And I did a little bit more. I did a lot more the week before, but I did fill in some more on her dress.
Yeah, you really plowed through the week before.
And I am stitching this on a fabric that I got from Misty Purcell. I'm trying to think if it's one that
There's the
she
tag.
dyed. It's her. She dyed it, or if it was a picture of this dress. What did she say?
Snow Day.
Snow Day. So she dyed this fabric.
So
and it's
she
a
doesn't.
pale-
So picture this plus is not her dyeing.
No,
She just carries it.
she
in her
carries
shop,
it, and then she also
but
does
she
her
dyes her
own.
Luminous
so-
fiber arts.
Yeah, and this is
I'm
her
sure everybody knows Misty Purcell, but
This is her
if you don't.
Snow Day, and it's a pale blue, and it's such a soft fabric. It's just really nice to
28
work
count
with.
Lugana.
Yeah, over 2/2, but I hope to get her done soon. I really love her.
That is
I'm kind of on a Barbara
Bourgeau or
Bourgeau
Virgo. We don't really know how to
Richards
say it. We're
kick.
guessing.
Wait till you see my haul.
Yeah. Oh, it came. Your haul came.
My haul came in.
All haul.
Yeah.
Y'all.
So then the last thing I really worked on was my Christmas Hot Run Hollow. So it's the peacock square, but I'm not to the peacock yet. And
Did
this-
you see that they're getting ready to release new
Yes.
hawk runs?
Yes.
So get ready.
But I have 2 going,
But you.
and not well.
I'm glad I only have one because now I'm free if I want to.
This fabric is all folded up because this fabric is huge. And I did a lot. I finished the flower. Last time I only had the outline of that pinkish flower done. I did the stem. I did the gold motif across the top. It doesn't look like that much, but
You're doing
man
this,
alive.
yeah.
Again, it is just a lot of stitching. I got a lot more to go on that.
So it's the peacock one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's pretty.
It is
Look at
pretty.
how pretty
I'm
this
sure
is
it'd
back
be
here. I
even-
can show this, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm sure it would be
Merry
prettier.
Christmas to
I wish I could do the silks in it.
Now I'm
but-
ready for Christmas. I needed to get to the end of August. Now I'm ready for Christmas.
I know. My fall decorations, by the way, people are coming out next. I always do it Labor Day weekend because it's starting to Where she lives, not so much yet, but where I live, our transition from summer to fall is quick. And we are cool at night and we are cool in the morning, and shadows are long, and it's getting darker by 8 already. So anyway, I'm ready for fall.
And we'll still have summer weather a while. Although I'm really itching to put out fall decorations, but we're starting school tomorrow. And so yeah, it might be a little bit. Starting school, and then we're traveling back over here next weekend. Oh, we could maybe record in person again.
I know, you guys.
We're making another trip, I think. So,
okay. Haul?
Yeah, I think haul.
You'll do yours last because yours will become more than just haul.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was on a little bit of a spending spree. Just ask my husband.
He's probably really thrilled about it.
Because
he doesn't know, does he? You didn't tell him all the things.
No, he just sees the bank account. So we talked about, Stitching in the Bluegrass had shared on her Flosstube,
Jen,
a couple of
Spunky Jen,
a couple of Barbara Bourgeau Richards patterns and that's what my Gathered in Love is, the one that I just showed, or not the
That's her designer.
Yeah, and she was an artist, and then her patterns, some of her artwork got put into cross stitch patterns, and very popular back in the 80s and 90s. And and I actually have done 3 of hers. I showed one on one of our very first Flosstubes that hangs above my couch. I have a Christmas one that'll come out at Christmas that I did, and I have a mystery one that I know is here somewhere. Again, I can't find it. I saw it like within the last 6 months. No, it's another springish kind of one. But anyway,
it'll turn out.
Because of her talking about them, and somebody had sent her a whole bunch of the charts. I had only gotten mine in magazines. I didn't know that there were charts out. I went on eBay, and it's
like, oops, a lot of things fell into my cart.
It's amazing how many there are out there. And so I
haven't even seen them. She hasn't let me.
I had to have them all. So I bought, this was a 2-pack. It was so affordable too.
You bought this one? I love this one.
Yes. So I have this one called
Under the Sun.
Under the Sun.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know. It's just my style, the folksy. I don't know. It's a lot of stitching though, man. I looked at that chart.
It is.
And again, because
you have to do all that.
And because of that, this decade, the era, there's a lot of back stitching.
Yes.
And then this one came with it.
It's called Helen, Catherine, and Mama's Goo. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's something very nostalgic and like moving about these pieces to me. The simplicity, but also the human emotion that I feel are so apparent in the positioning of the people.
I guess,
and the things. Like I have a very strong emotional response when I see them. Maybe it's as a mother. I'm like, see, a mother with a little girl around her hemline, and just like.
And this one is a family.
And the family together with their animals walking.
Yeah.
It just,
Then she had a series called Faces. And this one.
I've seen some of these somewhere.
This one is called Maria's Angel.
Maria's Angel. Okay.
Gotta get them up here.
And this is her name. So if we're butchering how you pronounce it, that's how you spell it.
Bourgeau. I think it's Bourgeau.
I would think Bourgeau if it's like
a
French word. But we all know how I am with foreign languages.
I never get the name of this one.
Angel. Oh no.
It's called Sarah, and it almost looks like a grandma. Maybe, I don't know. I think of her as a grandma.
She looks kind of like
holding a baby.
Like the light isn't
holding a child.
Good.
I know.
Too dark.
Maybe we'll take pictures
of
them
in front of my face.
Yeah, put them. And these were like like $11.
That could be a mama.
It could be, yeah.
I think of it as grandma because
I'm a grandma,
and I think of it as a mama.
Yeah. And this one's called 4th of July.
Gosh, and the irises. Which I'm really.
That one, is it too glary?
Let's see if I kind of angle it down.
4th of July, yeah.
Oh my gosh, look how cute their clothes are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna angle this up and see if the light is. No, it's worse.
Be upright more.
I don't know. Well, I feel like the light out here is pretty good for our faces, but then when we show stuff, it's a little harder.
And then, so I love these, all of them, and I will stitch them. They're not going to go into
you better.
I really love them.
Because I want to inherit them.
I haven't even opened them to
Oh.
see what the charts look like
I love that.
because I'm sure they're big. I think they own.
There's a lot
There's a
of
lot of
stitching
stitching.
in there.
And then, you know,
Holy smokes,
when
yeah.
you go, and that shading is all done with just DMC, I'm
Speckles.
sure. I'm sure it's not no
Like her dress. We're talking
Yeah.
about her dress.
There's no fancy
I don't know
floss,
if I
but
can get it to really show. Is it showing up?
yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hold it still. There we go.
Yeah.
All that speckling shading. That's
Mhm.
all, I'm sure, popcorn type.
Yeah. And then when you're on a site like eBay, they'll say, "Oh, because you like this, you might like this," or maybe, "Oh, I know. I was looking for the haul that Sarah has. Because I bought it for her.
The thing I have, she
'Cause
picked it up for me.
I was afraid she was out of town, and I was afraid she wouldn't get back before it sold out. So I found one. But anyway, then it's a magazine. And it was the only magazine I knew of back when I first started cross stitching, and it was the Better Homes and Garden Cross Stitching Country Crafts. And this is from 1992. And at
I
one
remember
point,
you having these
yeah,
around the house.
somebody sold this at one time for 10 cents. I didn't get it for 10 cents, but look at this.
I saw that earlier on your coffee table.
Look at
I
that.
wondered if that was the pattern you got
Yes.
this for.
Yes. It is like
Who
a
is
little.
that? Do you know who designed it?
Yeah, I do. It's nobody I'd ever heard of. It's a frozen pond, and oh my
Ice
gosh.
skating. It's one of those cute scenes.
Oh, but you know what? I looked at it. That's all.
I was gonna say, is that
stitched.
black?
That black
blue?
is stitched. All that white is stitched.
This is literally full coverage?
Yeah.
The white is stitched?
Yes.
No. I think it's stitched. I bet this is stitched. But this doesn't look stitched. There's a line. It looks like where the trees kind of are.
Oh yeah.
Up.
Oh good.
I think that's all white, but I
you're
think
right.
down around. Oh nope.
It's
There's a strip.
white.
But then it's stitched again around
This
the
is
pond.
stitched. So
But,
this is stitched.
so like
in
where the
pond.
people are, like a road. This is not white behind. Like it's just plain. Whatever your fabric would show through. But all this white is stitched, and all this white above the house and fence line is.
Oh, and by the way, this border up here is stitched. That isn't happening.
Oh.
I'm not doing a little heart border around it.
But that's like that's a different piece.
I know.
Though.
It's like they did it and then they
Oh man.
yeah, no, not happening.
No.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a piece. I do not foresee you doing that.
I was gonna start it tomorrow.
Oh, well then I changed my mind.
No,
I do foresee you
I
doing
wasn't.
that.
I was gonna look We're gonna inherit this magazine.
In about 5 years. You're gonna be like,
Uh-huh.
what was I thinking?
It was designed by, I don't know if
Maybe you could do like this. Maybe you should shoot for
they give you some little
the
motifs
small.
to do.
That I think I could see you
It was
doing.
designed by Polly Carbonari. Polly Carbonari. I don't know. Maybe she designed for
You
them.
just need to look up and see what else.
Can't believe you have no faith in me.
Well, because this is why I don't have a lot of faith in you.
Okay. And then,
Not that there's a problem with accumulating these beautiful
no,
things.
because you love it. What is that noise?
Oh, like a crow
Yeah,
up there.
I have a frog in my yard. So also due
It's
to
a crow.
Jen from Stitching in the Bluegrass, she showed this
Okay,
pattern.
have you seen how many people have commented on ours that we're total enablers? I'm like, but we're just being enabled to make you enablers.
I know.
So
This
enjoy.
is like a really
Oh, that's cute.
funny purchase for me. I think it's
that's cute.
it's a Berta. I didn't even know Berta did samplers. It's a
Hmm.
sampler a month.
This whole thing has a sampler.
Every page,
Like every one is a different one?
is a sampler of the month.
Wow, those are.
And
pretty.
they're very folksy,
Oh yeah, those are pretty.
and I'm sure they're not going to show up very well. That one might.
Here, if I hold it
the big
back,
one.
the light is.
And
actually
this
better.
one is actually May, the one that's on the front cover. But if you turn it around, there's one for every month.
I'll just go slow and hope the light will work.
Yeah.
January through April.
I don't know where she got her copy. And I thought, oh, Jen, I must have this.
May. Oh, that's why it looks familiar. Yeah, because she showed it. On here,
Uh-huh.
doesn't it?
And I don't know if I like all of them, but there were several that I liked.
September.
And they're not very big.
November. Oh, November's is cute.
Yeah. And
I don't know what about that November. I love. But
I know.
do.
And what was it published? I don't even know. What was this inside? Again, I didn't even know Berta did patterns.
Are they kind of a knitwear or something?
Berta
What are
was
they?
sewing.
Oh,
They
sewing.
were,
Oh, sewing
but they
kind.
obviously did, like, there's some lace. It doesn't even have a year on it.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can.
But I think it's from Germany, Offensberger And I know when I used to sew clothes for Sarah, Berta pattern 1980.
1980.
So it was before I even started stitching.
It was before I was even born.
That's the year I graduated. Was the year this magazine, this
Wow.
booklet was put out.
They're very pretty.
But Berta was they were like a European sewing patterns. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I used, and they were hard. I was a beginner sewing person.
So you didn't do much.
I tried, but they had different construction than like Simplicity, and I was just teaching myself. And then the last bit of haul I have is because of Carolyn Zook. And I've been waiting, and you told me you were buying this. Do not know why Fat Quarter Shop has it, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, but Fat Quarter Shop has this Christmas book. And
a cross-stitch Christmas.
Warmest wishes. And you guys, you need to go to Carolyn Zook's YouTube. She did a flip through, but I want to show you the one I really want to do.
That one is cute. Is it a one person who's designed all these?
I haven't even looked at it that much to know. I don't know. I think it's a conglomeration. Sure. But there's kind of different sections. There's pastels. There's like Christmas for people that are down in the southern hemisphere or places that don't have snow. First of all, there's this nativity. That's so pretty. I've never stitched the nativity before. Oh, they're very classic.
Really cute.
And then flip it. This was I don't know what it is about these candles.
Ooh, I can see that
and bright.
In the house. I can totally see that on your mantle.
Can you see that? Those candles.
Is it metallic threads?
I'm sure there's metallics, yes.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty.
So Carolyn, you asked me which patterns I really wanted, and that was one of them that I wanted to do. But
wait, that's on it. Oh, it just says patterns.
Yeah, the patterns are in the back.
I was curious about the metallic threads.
And this front cover is kind of they have like a non-traditional colored. If you're not really into the reds and greens, they have those pastels, which I really kind of liked this pink. It's probably way back past this section. There they start here.
I miss it. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. DMC light effects.
Yeah, light. Oh, yeah. I haven't used DMC light effects.
I haven't either.
And then, like, if you see the back, like, there's one of the patterns for, like, if you were in the southern hemisphere. It was cute. And you don't see a lot of designers up here anyway designing things for non-traditional Christmas. So anyway, it was not cheap. I can't really promote it as a cheap purchase. Yeah, I mean, it is, but you get a lot of patterns. Ooh. And again, if you're whatever, and the shipping was not cheap, but I got it really fast because Fat Quarter Shop has been a little bit slow because of COVID and stuff, and they're a small company. So some of their shipping has been really slow, and I thought, well, I won't get this for a while. It's not haul. That's like what I want to start. Oh.
You don't have enough starts, so that's your plans.
Well, I was going to start.
Is that your haul?
Yeah, I was going to start. I was going to start this week. Not really.
No, it's not. I know what you're starting this week because I'm about to show you. Show them what
I know. This was Sarah's haul.
Okay, so this isn't new to you necessarily if you watched last week, but so I'm a sucker, and we're gonna stitch this.
Nora Corbett's
Gathering Eggs. So yeah, this magazine was on eBay,
and there's more of them.
Mom picked it up for me so that I could.
Yeah, because
I didn't have a chance to get it. I was up in the mountains. There's what? More of them?
There are. Yeah, eBay has them.
Oh, more of these magazines.
If it's the magazine, you need to know the name and the year. So it's
cross stitch and needlework. April '98. So if by any chance we're going to start a stitch along, if by any chance you want to join us, we're going to start it next Saturday, September.
Next Saturday.
Today.
The first weekend of September.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's September 5th. It's the Saturday before Labor Day. We're both going to start it. If we can get, even if we don't have all the threads, we could still start it and put some stitches into Gathering Eggs. We're going to use the hashtag Gathering Eggs Sal. We'd love to have you join. Even if you can't join next week, we don't care. Just join and
it'll be open-ended.
It's just so pretty, and I love it. It is pretty, and it's really different than anything I usually stitch. I'm going to show it one more time up close.
Who told us about this pattern? That was Jen, stitching in the bluegrass.
Apparently we have like the same taste. You saw this on hers, and
Yes.
you decided you had to go buy it.
Yes.
So
I'm
we're
pretty
really
sure.
going to start it. We really are.
I'm gonna have to
I'm
tag
gonna
her
have to
and
get
say
some
this is
fabric.
your fault.
I think I'm going to stitch mine on white, or maybe tea dye some white. I have some white even weave that might be big enough.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy fabric, and I might not have it in time. So I better get moving on that this week.
Yeah.
So that's my haul, and it leads into plans, of which I don't have very many besides that.
I really shouldn't have any plans. My plan should be Hawk Run Hollows, which it is, but I really want to start this, you guys. I bought this a while back.
Oh, yeah.
Autumn Hill by Plum Street Samplers. It's the poppies. They're killing me. I just really want to start that.
So you're gonna?
Probably not.
You're not gonna start it, but you're gonna start this.
No, I'm not starting. I'm not starting this. No. This was a total.
Poppies are really pretty.
I to start that I would need to go to my Threadneedle Street and get some fancy flosses, which I.
That's our LNS.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm thinking
your
about
LNS.
actually taking tomorrow off, especially because we have another shower to go to today for Mama, a drive-by one. Yeah,
That's pretty though.
but I just really want to start this one.
It's really sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of my only real. Oh, my WIPGO. I do have to plan my WIPGO. She drew the new WIPGO numbers. Sorry, and again for me, it's going to be 22. It's my button up, and Mr. Delicious. I took baby alphabet out.
Oh. Why? Did you mess it up?
Oh my gosh.
Your Alicia Paulson
Yes.
little alphabet sample?
It's a house. Just a little house. Oh my gosh, I'm so off on this house.
Just snip, 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 get it out and redo it.
I think I did. I don't know. I might put baby alphabet back in.
Well, but Mr. Delicious is really fun.
I
That's
really
a
want to
Lenny
get,
Stitches pattern,
I
and
really
hers are
want
so
to get Mr. Delicious done for
I do
Thanksgiving.
not understand how WIPGO works. I'm going to have to do some research because everybody talks about it. And I'm even on the WIPGO Facebook page because I thought I'm going to do it. And then I haven't had time to figure it out.
I know.
I like stitch instead of figuring out WIPGO.
WIPGO. The thing about WIPGO
It sounds like it
is
would be a nice way to organize
Yeah.
and like hit lots of my things that I
your big
am
whips.
not working on.
I think it's like, I like the way Carolyn, well, everybody does it kind of similar. It has to be a whip, but not big. Like my Mr. Delicious has been on here for a couple of squares and I just need to get it done. But you kind of make out your board and you divide your projects up
stickers.
I'm a schoolgirl at heart.
I know you are.
Like I put button up on mine on several squares.
Life.
Uh-huh.
Mom life. Mom life.
Oh yeah, mom life.
Kiss me. I'm Irish. You're not Irish.
It's for the whole year. It was my March stickers.
Oh,
I kind of
see.
did May. There's all
Oh,
kinds.
I see.
Anyway, so I'm gonna do I'm thinking about my WIPGO for 2021, and I'm hoping to have several. I've kind of been a list of my bigger projects, and maybe say, so if she calls number 1 and say I have Hawk Run Hollow 4 hours, then that would mean I would want to work 4 hours in the month on that. That's all I would have to do to cross that square off. You know, you can make it as much or as little as you want.
I need to just sit down and figure it out.
I have a
Or
couple
maybe
of
start
these,
in the next new year.
Yeah, I have a couple of these that are half the chart. Do half the chart.
What is not valid?
Oh, they were already called before I started to join.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So.
Oh, so I could join now, but it's probably late in the year to join.
Yeah,
now.
I would wait now.
Wait
I mean,
till
some people.
2021. Okay, 2021, I'll figure it out.
I did tell everybody last week that I wasn't going to do WIPGO anymore because I couldn't find my WIPGO board. Found it. I'm back on.
There you go.
I'm very fickle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I plan on just kind of trying to work on my hashtags because that allows me, similar to WIPGO, I think, to hit several things that I maybe forgot or haven't really felt like stitching. But I'm probably going to stitch a lot on that Jack's jig because I really want to get that done and put it up when I put up my fall stuff, even though I kind of, when I first put up my fall stuff for decorating, I do fall and then I put out some Halloween type stuff if it's a little bit neutral. But if it's really Halloween-y, I wait and put it up in October, like the beginning of October.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not going to have that done and finished anyways before then. Let's be real.
For next week?
She's starting finished.
Yeah,
I'm starting school.
Starting school next week with
even though
girls.
we kind of ease in and we try to do it gently, it's still we have to get things done today.
Yeah, it's kind of a shock to your system.
It is.
I can't believe summer's over already.
I know. So weird.
I feel like you were just saying, oh, I just have to hang out one more week, Mom, and I'm done with school. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Through. Now we're ready to start. And we are excited. The girls are excited. And we're at the point where now they kind of wander around the house and say, I'm bored, which they never really say that often. And that's always a sign to me like, oh, it's time to start school, because they're really good at keeping themselves entertained. Like they play outside a lot. They're always busy. So when they're telling me they're bored, that tells me it's just time for a new change. And we're all kind of excited to start. Liddy is in the stage where she's starting to kind of act like she's not excited, but she is deep down. So I know she is. I think she just will miss the freedom of doing whatever she wants all day. Which she doesn't really.
I miss that freedom.
I kind of miss it too.
Thinking about calling in sick tomorrow. No, I'm going to take a personal day. Yeah, I can take a personal day.
Yeah, after a big.
You know, on top of the baby shower that we threw yesterday, Friday night I threw a barbecue for my husband. It was a lot. Who had a big weekend. It was his birthday, and so we had all 13 people here for dinner Friday night, and then we had the baby shower yesterday, and then now we have another shower to go to. It's just one more thing to go do, and I haven't grocery shopped for our week yet. Yeah. I only grocery shop for the weekend, and I just feel I haven't done laundry. I'm really behind, and oftentimes after a big weekend like this, even though it's fun stress, and I will oftentimes wake up with a really bad headache. Yeah, the Monday after a weekend like this. So I think I might just take a mental health day. Yeah, work's been kind of crazy, and that's what I'm kidding. Life is just kind of crazy.
A month of insanity. August has been a really hard month for us. So
yeah, in general. Well, and we had our trip. It kind of broke the month up, so it makes it feel like it went faster.
There was hard things and fun things.
Yeah, but I think doing a trip like that in the middle of the month makes the month kind of fly by. So you're not home doing.
Oh, really? I feel like it's gone. Like it's I feel weird. Like
it's been slow.
Like this is the same month Grandma passed. Like it feels like that happened a long time ago to me. Like so much life is kind of happened. I don't know. Not even that much has happened, but it just feels like.
Is everybody else feeling weird? Everybody else still feeling 2020 is weird?
It's feeling weird. And
I have to wear a
mask.
Our
new saying is 2020. It's worse than you think.
Are we a cheery little couple today?
Somebody said that to me yesterday about, my good friend is a teacher. And she was just like, I just feel like it's worse than you think. And I was like, that sounds like the slogan for 2020. Like 2020, it's worse than you think. It's just hard. So anyways, September though, fall is nice. We have pumpkins growing in our garden, big. Like I've never grown jack-o'-lanterns before, and they're big. They're still green. They're going to be orange.
They'll be orange.
So there's at least 2. So the girls might have to share. Well, we'll get pumpkins too, but they'll want to carve the ones we grew. So hopefully
fall is comforting to me. Yeah, it's a comforting season to me. I don't know, because I figured out a few years ago, this was my take on myself, that I hate spring. I never like spring, partly because our springs are
they're wet. They're just really wet in
They're
Seattle.
wet. You get stretches of really hot weather for a few days, and then you get rain, and then you get I just don't like spring. I don't like yard work, and spring to me beckons that you're going to have to be doing yard work soon, and I don't like yard work.
Like I'm excited, like, ooh, the garden, the flowers.
I don't like summer so much because actually it's been better the last few years. We had a stretch of a few years where we just had really hot summers over here, and they've been better.
This year was not like that. Our summer we had some hot, but mostly it felt cooler all around.
There were some mid 2000s, like 2015, when my son and daughter-in-law got married. 15, yeah. Dragonfly. It was like the hottest summer on record here. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was 80s and 90s all the time. And please keep in mind, in Seattle, we don't have central air in most of our homes. And so for many, many years, we would put our little window units in like in May. It would start getting so hot. We did not put that window unit in, I don't think until July. And it was like the middle of July when we felt like we were desperate to have some cool air. So it has been better. But I feel like the reason I like fall and winter is because I'm a burrower. I like to burrow at home. I don't like to be, I don't know. I feel like with spring and summer, there's this pressure to be out. You got to go out and do stuff.
Oh, that's part of probably living in Seattle. Like that is like, well, finally the weather's nice. You got to go out and be out.
And I don't want to be out.
And I don't feel that pressure over on the other side of the mountains. No, it's like good, we can get out, because our winters are so cold that by the time spring comes, it's like a relief to go.
I guess,
out, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like,
and it's probably just personality too. But I do feel like that is like nice days in Seattle, everyone's out, like walking their dogs, going to the beaches, going like parks and stuff. Like it's like, because it's so beautiful on this side of the mountains for you guys when it is nice. Like it's hard not to feel the pressure to take advantage of it, because you know it's gonna be
today's the perfect day.
again.
It's sunny, there's a little bit of a breeze,
and fall is nice here.
It is a beautiful season here. We don't get the rains, really, the hard rains, until November.
At that park that we went to, there were leaves all over the ground. Like sycamore trees were losing all.
I know,
like
but is it because they're dry and they're dying?
No, they looked like they were just turning.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they were just dry and dying, but the tree itself was really healthy. It was surprising to me. And we saw a few trees turning on our drive over here.
Did you?
So
yeah,
fall is here. School is starting.
Yeah.
We don't have a giveaway this week, but next week I have something in the works. Right? We have a couple things kind of planned. We just don't have one right now. And
so just carry on. Be safe.
Yeah.
Be well.
We're glad to watch you all if you have a Flosstube or enjoy your comments. So keep watching and subscribing and commenting. We're thankful. It really is still something we are blown away at how much.
Don't forget.
You
might want to do an early Nora Corbett.
Oh, it could be done in time for spring.
Yeah.
If I work really fast.
It's
if you want to stitch it,
doesn't.
Find this magazine. There's the information. You can pause your thing. July 98. No. April 98.
April 98.
Nora Corbett, one of her early designs. It is interesting to read I read some of the bio. It's like introducing Nora Corbett. Even though she had many, many patterns out by then. It's not like she was a totally brand new designer, but she was featured in this. And anyway, she looks.
And just in case you don't remember how.
Oh, are you going to show ads or something? Yeah, the ads in these magazines are really interesting because it's so different now. Like just the kind of picture. What are you looking for?
The
porcelain doll?
checks.
Oh, the check. It goes towards the front. We'll see.
I'm sorry, you guys. This just makes me feel really, really old when I see this, and I'm like, oh yeah,
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, that is a weird thing. People don't. Or this, like, how many magazines did you see when you were younger? Or like in this time period that had
porcelain dolls.
Doll advertisements. I don't really haven't seen anything like that for a while. Did I go buy it? I don't think so.
Maybe it wasn't in this magazine.
No, it was. Was it? I'm pretty sure because we were flipping through laughing about but I thought it was towards the beginning. Oh, but maybe not. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, and they're Ann Geddes. I didn't even notice. How 90s is that? Okay. Is it 90s or 8? Where was this? 98? How 90s is that?
Yeah.
Ann Geddes checks.
Remember ordering checks because you wanted something different than what your bank gave you? If that doesn't make you feel
this
old.
is an old magazine, but you can find it on eBay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're driving home today,
love you.
so I should go pack.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
See you next
week.
week. Bye-bye.
Maybe live in person.
Yeah.
Again.
Bye.
Bye.